focus? Is this focused? I can never tell with this wide angle lens. Okay, welcome back to my second channel. Today we are going to be unboxing the Spektrum iX12. I don't normally do unboxing videos, but I don't know, I'm kind of psyched about this remote, this radio, this whatever you want to call it. It's got some new features, namely, look at this. Can you see from the picture? There's a big old touchscreen. It's an Android-based operating system. I believe this is like the first Android-based operating system drone radio that's ever been made. And I say drone radio because I mainly focus on flying quadcopters, but really you can use this for remote control helicopters, and I've got a plane somewhere, remote control airplanes, all sorts of flying things. In fact, a lot of the more complicated features are going to be better suited for some of the large-scale RC airplanes because more of the setup and features are controlled from the remote, whereas with the drones that we fly, most everything is done in the flight control software. So kind of, I'm gonna say this is a little bit overkill for what most of what I and my audience does, because we fly our little mini quads here in acro mode and don't really need more than 2 or 3 switches, right? So we just need some high quality gimbals and things like that. But there are other cool features that I'm excited about. And if you enjoy having some premium stuff like I do, because I'm really into this stuff, it might still be worth it. So, got a flap and it folds open. Well, now you can't see me. Foam. No, it's not foam. Styrofoam. Styrofoam. Nice. Brand new fancy lanyard. Ugh. It's a little bit long. It's gonna take some adjustment. So, what else we got before we pull out the actual radio? We've got a battery and power supply, it looks like. Oh, these are just like different plugs for if you travel to other countries and stuff like that. Okay, more plugs. And then this, oh yeah, come back. This radio does run on a 1-cell battery, meaning 4.2 volts when it's fully charged, and it does charge off a USB connection. So this adapter is just a USB adapter, so you don't even really need this. I mean, I've got plenty of ways of getting USB power. So, I mean, of course, include this. We definitely need to include it, but I mean, I've got USB power sources everywhere. So getting into the actual radio itself, finally pulling it out of this thing. Is there anything under here? Oh, if you go under the second layer of styrofoam, you've got manuals and sticker sheets. Here are the cool stickers that you get. The radio itself. Okay. This is always one of the most satisfying things. Yes. Oh, but now I want like a screen protector for it. I wonder if they make screen protectors for this. I kind of want one. This is the radio. We've got switches and dials and sliders on the back. I'm trying to feel like how does it compare in terms of feeling to my DX9. Actually, we got a DX6 as well. So we've got DX6, my DX9, and the iX12. Just trying to get a feel for like materials and things like that. This definitely is more like plasticky, the DX6. A DX9, softer materials, feels more like nice to hold. And this, I can't tell if it's because I'm not used to it. Honestly, it feels like the DX9 feels a little bit more premium, to be honest, but also I've used this a lot, so I mean, any place where you hold it, it's gotten nice and worn in, and I'm really used to it, so it's hard to say. Oh, okay, so what else we got? In addition to switches, dials, antennas, things like that, another feature that I'm really excited about is this serial port on the bottom. This lets you plug in external RF modules, and you can even bolt it into these 4 holes right here. So if you use long-range modules like the ever popular Team Black Sheep Crossfire, that can plug into your radio, and now you can use quads that have those receivers in them. So this is actually, in my opinion, a really big step forward for Spektrum, opening themselves up to external modules. That's not something that they've ever done before, and to actually do it with a serial port like that and have, from what I understand, a really slick interface for switching between the protocols that you might be using. Kudos. I don't know what to do with all these remotes. I have too much drone stuff. I don't know if this is going to be charged, but let's find out. I believe to start it up, you push this button. Or do you push and hold? Push and hold. Oh, there we go. First startup. I'm trying to get rid of the glare. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. How fancy. Is this loading time? How long does this take to start up? Now Android is starting. Can you read that? Probably not. It says Android is starting. Now we've got a cool iX12 background. Am I allowed to use it now? Because I feel like there's a iX12 interface that's supposed to load. I'm just going off of remembering what I've seen other people touch. Look, there's like a clock. Oh yes, things are still loading here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew I wasn't supposed to touch it. I'm sure if I read the directions, I would have known even more what to expect. I'm just going off of what other people have told me at this point. So now the beeps Spektrum Airware app loaded. So okay, you booted it up, Android had to start up, now Airware had to load up. That whole process from pushing the button to getting to this main airplane screen, I think it took over a minute, which seems kind of excessive, but from what I understand, there is like a sleep mode. So if I press the, no. Oh, is that it? No, because this is still on. Come back. Push and hold. Power off, reboot. No. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up exactly how it works, but from what I understand, there is a sleep mode that's similar to like your cell phone. You don't actually turn off and on your cell phone that much. If you actually turned off your cell phone all the way, almost dropped it, when you went to boot it back up, it would take a little bit of time, right? But then when you sleep it, you just hit the button and it turns off, turns back on. So it's my understanding that there is a similar function in this radio so that in between flying sessions, you just put it to sleep. I would like it to just be hitting the button on and off, but this orange light is on even when I turn it off and on, which tells me that the RF is still on, so I'll have to report back exactly on how to get in and out of sleep mode. I just want to interject a quick follow-up regarding getting into sleep mode. Even though this isn't really a full review video, I think it's important to cover because it is easy to get into sleep mode. You just double tap the power button, then you've got these options that pop up over here to say whether you want to turn off specifically the screen or the RF, or you just hit this big button, push and hold, and that turns off both the screen and the Spektrum RF, but the whole radio is still booted up and you can see that the light is pulsing. Then to get out of sleep mode, a quick press of the power button brings the radio back to life, and again, back in. So while using this throughout a single day, this is how you can quickly turn on and off your radio without completely shutting it down and having to go through the long boot up time. The basic overall, what I'm saying is you boot it up once at the beginning of your day of flying and then just sleep it in between uses, and then maybe shut it all the way down when you're not going to be flying for a couple days or you're going to put it on the charger. Are these plastic or metal? We're just jumping all over the place. The trim switches. Wait, I can't see what I just did now. The trim switches, I believe they are oh god, so many things. They are still plastic, but they have like a coating to make them metal. Where's my radio? After lots of use on my radio, I eventually broke one of the trim switches, and I have a vlog about this. I can link it to the vlog where I actually opened this up and was doing the antenna mod and some other stuff, including replacing these with metal trim switches, which are really nice. I don't feel like opening up a brand new radio, but If I ever do, because I might want to do the antenna mod on this too. If I do, I would definitely take advantage of having it open and putting in the metal trim switches. Again, you never use trim switches for drones. I mean, you might as well just break them off. You shouldn't ever use them.
Timer stop.
But I also fly other things where you might want to use trim switches, like full-size airplanes. I just don't know what to do from here, because this is so different from the interface that I'm used to. I mean, it's really nice, and it's touchscreen, which is cool. So system settings. I will definitely have to spend some time figuring out exactly how all this works. But let me just say, okay, first impressions. Features that they advertised about this thing, right? You can go on Facebook, you can do social media posts. Look, I've got Google Chrome. I don't know that I'm ever really going to use Google Chrome on my iX12. I highly doubt I will ever make a social media post from my radio transmitter. I have this in my pocket. It's gonna work better for those features than a radio transmitter ever will. So some of those things seem kind of silly. But by doing Android-based operating system, you open yourself up to a whole bunch of features that are useful, and some of these other things like tacking on a Chrome app or a Facebook app, they don't really cost anything else. So it's not like you're trading anything by having access to Facebook and social media. I'm just saying, are you ever going to use your radio to post to social media? I highly doubt it. I will say something I am very excited about. Got an SD card from one of my GoPros. Plugging it in here. Figured it out. Look at this. I can watch flying videos straight off my GoPro's SD card. This is probably the thing I'm most excited about. Of course, you can always open up your cell phone and the GoPro app, but if you have ever done it, you know that the wireless connectivity is spotty sometimes, and the app performance has never been there, and sometimes it freezes up while you're playing. So to be able to put the SD card in here and watch myself crash without any lag or latency or pixelation is awesome. The screen is really nice looking. I don't know how the exposure is making it look when I hold it up to the camera like this, but I love this. This is awesome. So that's what I was most excited about trying with this. A lot of playing I have to do, but hope you enjoyed this unboxing and first look. I'm gonna have to set up models and do all this stuff, but yeah, overall I'd say it feels really nice. I'm excited to play with the features. I think it's really cool that Spektrum is doing things like putting on serial ports and opening up the functionality with the Android system and things like that. So yeah, let me know what questions you have about this, and thanks for checking out what I'm sure is a really long video.
Timer stop.